A leaf print from a large, broad leaf. I'm using an ivy leaf out of my garden here. Cut out a large square, avoiding the main raised veins if you can. It's important to remember which is the top surface of the leaf and which is the underside, because in most flowering plants, stomata are found on the underside of the leaf and not on the top side. So take a slide, and what we're going to use is UV crystal resin as used by jewelers. Vida Rosa is the example I've got here, but I'm sure others will work. Give it a go. Apply a spot, just a couple of millimeters across, of the viscous crystal gel. Then, making sure you know which is the underside of the leaf, place the leaf down with the underside onto the gel. Now, to prevent any spillage from underneath the leaf sticking the next slide on top, what I do is I add some non-stick baking paper, but you can Vaseline the top slide and that works well in most cases. So having made a sandwich, bottom slide, gel, leaf, protective paper, top slide, hold them together with some clothes pegs. And check that you've had some spread of the gel across the leaf, and you can see that quite clearly there. Now, I use a nail curing lamp. They're quite cheap to obtain, and then actually expose your sample for 60 seconds. I've just speeded this up a bit because it's quite a long wait otherwise. There you go. Take out your sandwich, remove the pegs, remove the slide that didn't have the resin on, take away the paper, and you can see there's actually been some resin spilt round the side. Unfortunately, the paper's prevented that resin from actually sticking to the other slide. And then very carefully lift one corner of the leaf and just peel it off. With smooth leaves, this works well. If it's a heavy leaf, I'm afraid it'll just stick to the slide. So look for smooth leaves. And here, just in the reflection, you could just about see a pattern of venation on that sample. So now all you need to do is label the slide. So this is an ivy leaf. An epidermal print, and the date on which I made this video. And here is a picture of the leaf epidermal print from exactly that leaf. Now, I took the slide, put it under my microscope, used a bright field illumination, that is the lights coming from underneath and going through the sample into your objective. I used a 10 times objective, and I did close the stop down slightly so that I could get a bit more contrast on the leaf structure. Also, this is actually a photo stack. Even though the leaf is clamped, it is irregular. So I took photos from the bottom focus to the top focus of my leaf. It was about 47 in total. And then used Picolay, a free software stacking program, to combine them to create this image where everything's in focus. And you can very nicely see the epidermal surface and the stomata. Those are the pores through which the plant breathes. There you have it. Making a leaf epidermal print using UV crystal gel, according to a method developed by Brown and Ratford.